If you overheard a college-age student saying, my dream is to become a cardiologist and really help save people's lives, and I just love the medical world, and I would love to be a surgeon, but, I don't want to go to school, do residency, spend all that money, get the student loans, spend years and years, all my 20s working in a hospital and having to grovel to other doctors and work all night long, sometimes 7 days a week with little rest until I'm in my 30s. What would you be thinking? You would for sure have a giant eye roll going on in your head. Well, that's kind of going to be a problem. Well, what if you overheard someone saying, I want to grow a large, mega engaged Instagram, TikTok audience. I want to have easy 5 and 6 figure months doing what I love and helping so many people and being excited about life and having a podcast and speaking on stages. But I don't want to post every day. I don't really like doing video. I don't want to spend all this time editing and I don't want to do emails and give all this stuff for free, and it takes so much time, and I hate selling, and that's the last thing I want to do is sell. Okay. So you would also be rolling your eyes like, okay, well, how you say you want these things, whether it's the body, whether it's the boyfriend, whether it's the business, whether it's the big bucks in the bank account, whether it's all of the above. But then there's things that you're saying, whether it's in your head or out loud or showing up through your actions or lack of action, that you're not willing to do to get it. And maybe you're not sure where to even start, or you've convinced yourself of that. And so what I've done and perfectly timed for right now in this new year is I have a really powerful exercise. It's a guided visualization, and it takes only about 10 minutes to get you clear and focused and bypass that ego, bypass your resistance, bypass that inner child, inner teenager of yours that doesn't want to do anything and it feels hard and I'm scared and all that stuff, and bypass all of that and get the absolute crystal clear next steps that you need to take in order to get what you want. If you're tired of hearing the same old basic mindset and motivational fluff talk, you've come to the right show. Welcome to ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, the podcast, where we dish on everything from managing that crazy brain of yours to manifesting abundance to my straightforward, actionable steps that will make you major money online. Now, I'm not your typical multimillionaire entrepreneur. It takes a small village to keep my anxiety and depression in check. I'm inherently disorganized with an intense obsession with office supplies. Your girl here is a digital marketing content expert who's generated over $200 million in sales. I promise by tuning in twice a week, you will get a much needed refreshing dose of truth, clarity, and cash making advice. Now let's get to it. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? Happy 2023, and get ready to have your mind blown. So I recently took my posse members of my famous ProjectME Posse business coaching membership through this powerful guided visualization exercise. It's about 10 to 13 minutes long. And I pulled the audio for you. Well, let's be honest. I didn't do it. My amazing podcast producer did it. So we pulled the audio for you so you could take yourself through this exercise and come back to this again and again. It is designed to do this with your eyes closed, so I don't want you doing this while driving, while jogging, while walking on the treadmill. If you are and you're going to do it like this anyway, I guess that's fine, but I would suggest coming back and doing it with your eyes closed if you really want that level of clarity, and you'll see why. Ideally, you'll have your journal, you'll have an index card, a piece of paper. I want colored pens, colored markers, crayons in front of you. When you open your eyes, you're able to transfer what has occurred in your mind onto paper instead of telling yourself you're going to remember it. I don't want to give too much more away because it will impact the exercise, and I want you to get the incredible results that tens of thousands of people have gotten from this, myself included. So I'm excited to have you listen and have this as something very special in your tool belt and to share to every single person that you know. And they will all say the same thing, like, holy crap, I know exactly what I need to do now. This is beautiful. This is the card we got. I'm alive and here on this earth for a special purpose. The desires and dreams on my heart are what I'm uniquely designed for. This is important that we got this. This is a rare one that people get when they pull, by the way. And when I pull, I forgot this one was in here. I'm alive and here on this earth for a special purpose. The desires and dreams on my heart are what I'm uniquely designed for. Okay, here we go. I'm closing my eyes, all right? This is how I like channel things. I would prefer you close your eyes unless, of course, you are doing something where that's not safe. Then I just want you to tune in to this visual I'm taking you through. Take a deep breath, even if you don't want to. Okay. So you're alone and you decided to take a trip to a warm tropical beach for yourself to get clear on your life, to reset, to recharge, to pour into yourself. Whether or not people in your life highly supported this decision or thought you were nuts or having a midlife crisis, you went anyway. You went for you. You needed to go. And it's your third day there. So you've relaxed, you've sunk in, you feel that amazing feeling on your skin when you've been in the sun and the salt water. You are so well rested and you're inspired to go on a long walk on the beach. You can walk for miles on this beach. So you've got your hat, you've got a waist bag with your stuff. You're not carrying too much though. You have some water, you're barefoot. It's perfect out. It's not too hot. It's not swampy. There's a light breeze that's keeping you cool. And there's not that many people on the beach at all. In fact, it's almost weird that there's no one. It's like your own private beach. And you're walking just enough for the water to every so often kind of like tickle your feet. And you can see, as far as you can see, it's just clear, aqua, blue water, white sand. You have no pressure. You have no one to nurture, look out for, take care of in this moment other than yourself. It's just you. You feel like you can breathe. You feel light. That doesn't mean that there's not some heaviness that's on your heart or heaviness in your system from things in your life, but that's why you're there. You're there to get clarity. You're there to release. You're there to really get away from all of the noise and the people and the things that are clouding your judgment and clouding your decisions and causing so much confusion and draining your energy so you can pour everything into yourself. And you're walking not for exercise, not to burn calories. You're walking, you have no time constraints. If you want to walk for hours, you can. If you want to walk for 15 minutes, you can. This is all about you. There's no one to check in with. You left your phone back in the room. You're not like taking content pictures of you walking on the beach, none of that. You're finally giving yourself time and space to abundantly pour in yourself. And as you're walking, you see something
off in the distance. And it looks like it's someone who's sitting close to the water line on a beautiful beach towel. And you're like, oh, there is someone else out here. Interesting. And the person is in a lotus position. You're like, oh, I wonder if it's like a yoga person. Like, that's so interesting. Or I wonder if it's a woman who's doing the same thing I am. That's so cool. And you kind of told yourself, well, you know what? I'll walk up to where she's at, and that'll be my turnaround point because that's pretty far away. And as you get closer to this woman, you feel more drawn and more magnetized. There's some like ethereal, angelic, beautiful energy that's really drawing you in. Like, I have to meet this person. Like, maybe I was supposed to meet this person, and they're in a very flowy, breezy, like a gauze type material, white dress, hair is down, not done up, very natural, chilling on this towel. There's no phone, there's no book, there's no music. She's just chilling there, and you're drawn to it and admiring her ability to be still and her ability to just take in the surroundings and like, wow, who is this woman? Like, I need to do more of that in my life. And you get closer and you're like, God, she looks so familiar. Do I know this person? How crazy would that be if I actually knew this person? This is so bizarre. What is going on? And you get these pulls from God and the universe that are so clear. You're like, well, I'm supposed to meet this person. Wow, this is insane. Maybe this is why I took this trip. Maybe this is why I spent all this money on a plane flight and a resort and everything to come here. Maybe, wow. And you realize that this person sitting there is you, but she doesn't look familiar. She has familiarity, but you didn't realize it was you because it's your higher self. This is your abundant self. She has similar facial features, there's similar hair, similarity in the hands, but she has something different about her. There's a different glow about her. She looks lighter. She looks even thinner, and fitter. She looks peaceful and certain and grounded and in total surrender. And you're like, wow, it's who I could be. And that's the message that comes in from the divine, like, I'm here. This is you. I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you all along. I've been waiting for you to find me. I've been here the whole time. I've been here waiting for you. And I have some things to share with you. And I'm here. And you're going, I believe you. I see you. I see you right in front of me. And you look around, there's no one behind you. There's no one else on the beach. You're like, even if I'm going a little crazy right now, like, this is so divine. I couldn't make this up. How do I get there? How do I get to where you're at? How do I get to have that peace and that abundance and that knowing and that clarity and that lightness and that freedom and that joy and that pleasure? I want that. How do I get there? It seems so far away. I believe it's possible. I believe you're right in front of me. But how do I get there? And she has a message for you. And all she says is one word. She has one word that comes out of her mouth, maybe two. What did she say to you? Doesn't have to make sense. We don't have to figure it out and contort it. What word did she say? What phrase did she say to you? And you look back at her and you're like, You make it sound so simple. How do I know that you're really here? How can I take you back with me? How can I make sure that I'm on this path? And she said, when you see this symbol, it's a reminder that I'm right here. I've always been here. I am here patiently waiting for you. This is what's available for you every time you see this symbol. And she opens her hands. She had her palms put together and she opened her hands and the symbol appears. It's like glowing. It's almost like a neon version of this symbol. What is that symbol? What color is this symbol? Is it more than one color? Or is it just a solid color? What is that? And you say to her, oh my God, okay, that's that's helpful. Now what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go with this? I know you gave me the word. I know you gave me the words. I know I have the symbol. I just don't know what next steps to take. I feel like there's so many. I'm not sure what to focus on first or how to get there. And she said, you know what you're supposed to do. You might not like the answer because a lot of times it's the hardest thing you have to do, the scariest thing you have to do, the riskiest thing you have to do. But you may have shoved it in the back of the filing cabinet in your brain. You might have buried it down below you. You may have covered it with all sorts of reasons why you can't do it. But you know right before me, you know exactly what it is that you need to focus on. You know exactly what it is, what and who you need to let go of in order for you to step into me. You know. You look at her with a reassuring nod, with tears streaming down your face because you fucking know what you have to do. You know what you have to do, and it's scary. It's so scary. It's scary. What if it doesn't work? What if this is all an illusion and I'm making this up? What if I've lost my mind? What are people going to think? But you also know. You told yourself you'd turn around. And on the walk back, that walk back, you've never walked so slow in your life. But you knew. You knew what you had to do. More tears were pouring. You knew who you had to let go of, what you had to let go of, what's no longer serving you, and what you have to focus on next. And that's all we have to focus on is what's next, not the next 5 steps, just the next main thing. And you've been watching your feet as you've been walking. And when you look over to the right on the sandbank, there it is. There's the symbol in the exact color. It's right there. Just exactly when you thought, I've kind of lost my mind here. Like this didn't really just happen. That was like a mirage. Maybe I'm dehydrated. And the symbol was right there to remind you. What does it look like? What color is it? What does it feel like? And you tell yourself, I'm gonna find something that's that symbol and surround myself with it so I don't forget. Take a deep breath. Blink your eyes open. Whoa. You don't have to say anything. If you have your paper in front of you, draw the symbol. Even if you're not an artist, draw the symbol. Put down what color it is. What were her words to you? What were the words? What is it? What's that word she said to you? And if you're comfortable after you've done that, I would love for you to share What came up for you? Whoa, that was wild. If that was not, that was powerful. I'm very curious what you guys have to say. Surrender and believe. I would love to hear your symbol and what color it is, or if it's more than one color. The symbol that came up for me, I'm really horrible at drawing, but it was like a star, almost kind of like an emoji type star, like this. And it was in a bright, like crazy bright, like almost like a pastel yellow, but a neon. Whew. Let's talk about what we have to let go of, because you can't go to where you want to go in 2023 with carrying this load. What do you need to let go of? And this happens when you reach different levels. I don't care where you're at in your bank account, where you're at in your business. For us to continue growing, for us to continue ascending, for us to continue to roll out our higher powers work, God's work for us, the universe's work for us, what our higher self, what we're supposed to do. We're in human form. We collect garbage, we collect gunk, we have energy leaks, right? We have like holes in the boat. Some of you need a whole new boat. For me, mine that I have to let go of is I am no longer available. And you can say it like that if that feels good to you. I am no longer available for any form of relationship that doesn't feel good, nurturing, and reciprocal. Whether that's a client, whether that's the person who does my nails, whether that's someone close to me, whether that's a podcast guest. I need it for the energy exchange to work both ways. What is the next step? When you asked her, what is my next step? What was the next thing to focus on? Not the next 5 things. What was the next action? That one didn't come up for me right away because I was the one leading you through the exercise. So when I lead people through it, right, I'm focused on pouring into you. So I don't always get that, but it comes to me later. So if some of you are like, Tiffany, I didn't get a symbol, like her hands were, when she opened her hands, there was nothing there. There's nothing wrong with you. It's okay. That does happen, and trust that it'll come to you. It'll come to you when you least expect it. You'll be taking out the trash and there'll be something on the ground and you'll just know that's the symbol. You could be at the grocery store. The goal is to manage this resistance and do things to stay in this state. So you can come back to this and listen, do my abundance walks, listen to my, like I have my New Year's episode. That's a good one. It could be as simple as you listening to music not music that even has words, like more instrumental type music that has a vibe of what you feel like your higher self. And even if you spend 3 minutes listening to that, not looking at shit.
It seriously amazes me every single time I do this exercise, whether it's with a client, whether it's to a group of people, a friend, or for myself. Something powerful always comes up. And I know you guys are my fellow overthinkers, overanalyzers. You get into that negative brain spin and can't stop it, aren't sure where to start first, what to do next. And now you can't go with that lie. You can't stay stuck on that lie because now you can come back and do this exercise. But if you do nothing with the information, with the downloads, with this full body and brain experience that you just got right now, that shows you the level of resistance you're in, because now all the fingers are pointing at you. You can't blame it on, I don't know, I'm confused, I'm stuck, I'm this and that. No, you have clear guidance right now. Of course, you don't have all the answers. No one has all the fucking answers. But you have that clear guidance of which direction and which step to take next. And if you don't take it, and this is the part where you end up falling off track of any of your goals, of anything that you're wanting to pursue, then you don't have enough skin in the game. And I'm giving this to you like super straight right now, because I don't want you to be in the same exact spot. Now we're in January 2024 and you still really haven't accomplished what you wanted to, haven't started, haven't gotten further ahead, and which is very possible for many of you. Remember, it took me 10 years to go all in on ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, the podcast and business coaching brand. 1 year turns to 3 to 5 to 8 to 10 very quickly. It's super scary. And what makes me show up, and the people who have the most success in working with me in my exclusive 2-month private business coaching program, my mastermind, any of my programs inside my Posse membership, are the people who put the skin in the game. They put so much on the line that they have to show up, and there's no choice in the matter. For me, that's money. And it can't be like $1,000. It's all relative, right? At some point, $1,000, damn sure that got me to show up. Now it's $10,000 plus. I'm showing up. I'm not going to waste that money. I have too much of an appreciation for money, the whole abundance mindset, all of that stuff. So I'm not going to disrespect money. But for me, I also have to hire people and work with people that I know are going to stretch me and push me and not enable me. Not be mean, but are going to hold me accountable, are going to say the hard things, are not going to be afraid of me getting upset with them or me getting pushed a little bit and not liking it and having resistance. Otherwise, we don't grow. So many of you have bought programs and hired coaches that tell you the fantasy stuff, the easy stuff, the stuff you want to hear, the coddling, the nurturing. And I'm not saying it's not good to have some of that nurturing, but if you're not taking the actions and you're needing to get into it, you need a different type of a person that is next level, that's going to get you there. And that's going to cost you money. So you guys know, and you've been warned, my private coaching, this is the last time to work with me for quite a while privately. This is it. So if you got that download that you need to go all in on something, you need to take it to a bigger level, you need to work with me, you need to have that next level accountability and skin in the game, you need to pull back that arrow and temporarily spend more money in order for you to shoot ahead. You need to pull back that arrow and take time and energy and relay a foundation for your business, rework things, repackage programs, be willing to reconfigure stuff so you can actually get to where you want to go and have things set up properly and strategically, so you're not working so damn much and it feels fun for you and it feels exciting for you instead of draining. This is the kind of stuff we do inside my private coaching program. I coach everyone from brand new entrepreneurs starting at zero and having not much of a clue of what the hell they're doing, to established entrepreneurs who are making 5 and 6 figures a month, who are wanting to scale to high 6 figures, multi-millions. It's a different strategy to go from zero to about $325,000 than it is from like mid 6 figures to 7 figures. It's the same application, swipe up and apply. I ain't cheap, okay? But I'm also not one of these people that you see out there that's charging some wildness for working with them privately. I don't believe in that. We don't need to have egregious pricing in order to make a lot of money online or in this space. That's not a vibe of mine. And I know some of you are like, God, I want to apply, but Tiffany's probably like, if this chick is $50,000, Tiffany's got to be like $70,000 or some shit like that. No, I'm not. And if you're so worried about the pricing, I'm worried for you about that. How much skin in the game are you willing to put in to get the life you want? Or are you wanting to be the award-winning cardiologist, but you don't want to go to medical school? Are you that entrepreneur or that author or that podcaster who's wanting to help all the people and wanting to do all the things, but not willing to invest in having your business set up properly and strategically and have systems in place so you can attract consistent, ideal clients and convert them into paying you? But you don't want to do that part. That's not fun. You just want all the glory and not do any of the foundation and background work and the legwork. You're wanting to have a great fitness brand, fashion line, jewelry line, be a top realtor in the country, all this stuff, but you're not willing to do all the other stuff involved and take scary steps, uncomfortable actions, and risk. Then I got to be blunt with you. You might not be cut out to be an entrepreneur. And that doesn't mean anything bad about you. But if you want to be a successful entrepreneur where you're not working for someone else, like taking a salary, you're wanting to do that, whether it's in network marketing, whether you're in real estate, whether you're a coach, whether you're a healthcare professional, you're in wellness, you're a healer, whatever it is, a product-based business, if you're not willing to put so much on the line that it scares you, you're not going to see that life-changing cash. You are not going to see it. That's the straight up truth. And I could sit here and be Farah, the fantasy marketer, and tell you everything happens with ease. And you can do my $497 course and learn everything you need to know to make 6 figures online and work in your pajamas all day for 1 hour a day. And it's that simple. And you can collapse time and have the universe expand and open up cells of profitable DNA and just show up and word salad people and charge them infinite amounts of money because that's the abundance of the universe. I could do that. And yes, my company would probably be at $10 million easily, if not more a year if I fantasy marketed your ass, but it's bullshit. And you have to own your part and stop falling for it. Stop allowing yourself to fall for it. Stop looking for the easy way out. Stop looking for a cheap shortcut. Stop looking for ways to avoid taking the risk, doing the uncomfortable stuff, doing the sometimes tedious stuff, doing the unsexy and sexy stuff. If you want what you say you want, boss moves are required, and I'm here. So swipe up and apply if that really hit you. And you'll know in your body because we just did that exercise. It'll be like a zinger. Okay, I've got to do this fucking thing. Enough's enough already. Those are the people who do the best when they come to me. If you're wishy-washy, I don't know, do I really want a business? And I've got so much going on in my life and I don't really want to put that much effort towards it. And I just want to out of the gate work a couple hours a week here and there. I'm not your person. But I'm also not your person if you're looking to hustle, force, and grind. I've already lived that life. I already started a company that way. My other company was started and built that way, and it literally almost killed me. And then I had to go back to the drawing board and totally revamp that company from scratch, which, by the way, made millions and millions and millions of more dollars coming from this new place. So I'm not available for that. I'm not a type A person. I was just playing one because I thought that's what I had to be in order to be successful. I'm really more of a type Z, zero fucks given. That's really what we're here for. I love you. I want the best for you. And action. Proper actions lead to proper thoughts. Proper actions lead to prosperous results. thinking about it, taking in more information, analyzing, contemplating, studying, brainstorming. I'm not saying that's not part of the process, but you've already been stuck there too long. It's implementation time. It's time to focus on the how. How am I going to make the money? How am I going to get the clients? How am I going to scale my business? How am I going to sell this course? How am I going to do this thing? It's time for you to understand the how and execute the how. I know that's where you're at. I only have 4 spots left. And again, I will not be taking private clients for some time as I'm working on some high profile projects, one being my book. Thank you, which I've hired all the people so that I'm accountable and I have no choice but to show up. I have so much skin in the game that I don't have a choice now. And that's what I have done in order to set myself up for that goal and that thing to come to life. Otherwise, another 2 years would go by. In fact, 3 years. This book's been in the making for 3 years. And I got to the point where enough's enough already. You have to ask yourself, are you at that point yet? Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Share this episode with a friend. Share it in social media. Leave me a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify, or both if you really want to make me happy. Love you so much. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.